Hey guys, so today I'd like to give you some insights on my travel and 3 devices I took with me, and my goal was to be productive at the conference, scientific conference. I gave a workshop, I gave 2 talks, and I was hosting a session. And I was looking at which device would be the most productive and least weight to take with me, so the most practical. The MacBook Air was essential for me to prepare my workshop and my presentations. So I basically was carrying this guy with me, and then which device would I take? Either the Kindle Scribe to take notes or read books, or the iPad Pro 13-inch, and here it's in a moft case. So what I did actually in the first 2 days when I ran a workshop, I used the MacBook Air and the iPad Pro, and I used the iPad Pro as a second screen, and that was extremely useful. You can basically extend your screen and you can, work your way through, and that was great. It was kind of a modeling workshop. So on one side I had the screen, with the instruction, and then on my computer I could do the coding and modeling. So that was really awesome. It's a little bit heavier, and especially if you use a case like this one, the moft case, it's awesome, at home and such, but it gets pretty heavy, almost, like, I don't know, what, a kilogram or something like that. Well, I checked it out in my previous video. But for that it was great. Then subsequent conference days, to take notes, I actually did not take this guy with me together with the laptop, because I was also walking around a lot and going out for lunch and so in between sessions. So it was not very practical to take this plus the computer. It was just too heavy. So what I did is actually took this guy with me, the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. So let me know in the comment if you want me to review this guy. By now I've used it in the plane, in the conference, at home, to read books and take notes, and it's pretty easy. At the beginning it's kind of weird, where do you go and how does it work, but it's very nice. Well, during my free time I was using the iPad Pro a little bit, not as much as I would have liked. I went to a coffee place and then I kind of pulled it out, and I was trying out some things, playing games, having some fun. So overall, I really liked this iPad Pro, but it was not used that much during the conference, but more during kind of the free leisure time. In summary, my verdict is the MacBook Air was really essential to go to a scientific conference. I had to use it to prepare my talks, in PowerPoint, send quick emails, prepare figures and things like that. I'm not saying that the iPad Pro cannot be used for that, but I just didn't have time to develop any workflow and load all my files on here. To be honest, I'm not confident yet, under pressure when I have very little time just before giving my talk and such. I had to prepare a lot of slides. I'm not ready yet to just use the brand new device that I don't know and I don't have everything on there. So if you want to use this only to go to a scientific conference or anywhere to give a presentation, actually use it for work, I guess you need to prepare yourself at home, upload your files and test, PowerPoint, maybe the software to prepare figures and things like that, or videos. I just didn't have time yet to try it enough to be confident and replace my MacBook Air 100% with this. Taking both with me probably didn't make much sense, so that's why I never really carried both with me while I was at the conference. But then taking notes, that's another story. This guy is very nice. It is very light, and it's also not too bright. You can change the brightness, so if you're in a session it doesn't draw too much attention. The screen is not too big, so it's light enough to carry together with your laptop if needed. And else during the other session, maybe it gives you more time to focus on actually taking some notes rather than writing and reading emails, which you don't want to do if someone else is talking, of course. And then at the end, I think the iPad Pro, I'm actually going to use this guy a lot. I mean, it's a 13-inch. Maybe if you have an iPad Air or iPad Pro 11-inch, you might take it more with you. It's a little bit lighter. But for me, I really wanted this larger screen because I'm going to use it at home to follow some tutorials. For example, I have another channel and I also play guitar. So here's a little demonstration. And I use it to follow my guitar tutorial or music learning or anything like that. In addition, also for this channel, I want to learn things like Python coding. It's been a long time I want to learn it. So this guy will be perfect, you know, to extend my screen or have another screen where I can use, you know, the tactile touch. I really like that. So that's a thing that I don't have on the laptop. And you know, if you really like to be tactile and move things around and make them bigger and smaller and use this as a tablet, I think it's possible, you know, to use it for this kind of things. So you know, overall I need to learn more how to use that iPad, and I will use it a lot in the next couple of months here at home to take some tutorials for my different YouTube channel, including this one. And if you're interested, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to maybe give you some insights, the things I learned, you know, how to manipulate Windows. There's a lot of new iOS user interface things going on now on the iPad. They've evolved a lot in the last couple of years, and I've not really used it yet. I mean, I had an iPad mini, but I just used it to read some books on Kindle. So overall, yeah, if you want to work, I would say the MacBook Air for conference and you know, travel. It's light and it's easy, and the battery life is really long, so it's really worth it. Yeah, the Kindle Scribe is great to read books, take notes. And finally this guy, well, it depends. You know, if you know how to use it and have checked it out and you have a workflow, maybe you could replace your MacBook Air with it, but I don't think it's worth taking both with you. So at the end, having a laptop and maybe 11-inch tablet or the Kindle Scribe, and I like the Kindle Scribe because it's really to take notes and to focus. Then when you have free time you can read. All the rest, you know, you can also do stuff on your phone, like writing a quick email or so when you're before you go into the plane. So if you need to work and you have to pull something out, you cannot do that with the Kindle Scribe. But I would generally probably not even use this guy because you would need a keyboard, else you have to type, you know, like you type on your phone. So I would rather, you know, have quickly my phone to write an email. So overall, I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be more to come. This channel is not only about, you know, review of different devices. So I plan on showing you a lot of different things, including using Linux and some productivity software and some cool stuff to be motivated using your computer, new devices for your work and also free time. And I will also do some tutorials based on science and research and things I do. So yeah, check it out and subscribe, like. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you soon. Bye.